Welcome to the World Trade Webcast. I'm Greg Sandler, president of ThinkGlobal.com, the B2B marketplace for global trade leads. This week on the World Trade Webcast, we're talking with award-winning columnist and futurist Joel Naroff and veteran journalist Ron Scherer about their book, Big Picture Economics: How to Navigate the New Global Economy. Joel and Ron, let's continue today by talking about the subtitle of the book, How to Navigate the Global Economy. The key premise in the book is that context is the holy grail when it comes to understanding and reacting to economic change. What would you guys say are the three most important takeaways in the book, particularly for business leaders who are looking for answers about how to navigate the global economy?
Well, I think that really the key thing that business people must realize is that when they look at their business plans, when they look at what they're thinking of doing, where they are and where they're going is really most critical. They may want to do something such as keep wages down, which they've been able to do for the last 5, 6, 7 years. But if the labor market's tightening, they've got to start planning for the future. It's the context, not just now, but where they're going to be as they go in the next 6, 12, or 18 months, that's really critical. And this whole idea of thinking their business plan through the idea of context is what we want our business people to think about. And that's true with an individual in looking at their lives or looking at their investment plans.
Just as an example of that, Greg, is that we profile a company called Global Foundries, which is a very large semiconductor producer. And Global Foundries was founded in 2009, right in the heart of the recession. And most companies and board of directors would have said, what, do a new factory now? Well, they spent $8 billion on this factory, building it up and producing semiconductors. And now that the economy has recovered some, their business is booming, and they're selling $6 billion of semiconductors per month.
Well, I think that's a terrific example. And I know you spend a lot of time in the book looking at real-world people and real-world businesses and their experience. How does the context or perspective of the average truck driver or restaurateur or other small business person that's maybe not the big semiconductor plant, but the average working person fit into the big picture?
Yes, let me just give you an example. Is that one of the profiles that we did is a company called Posados, which is a Tex-Mex restaurant chain in Texas. And when the recession came, one of the things they said is the key things is we think the customer is the most important thing. So we're not going to cut anything that diminishes the quality experience for the customer. And that can be used globally in whatever you think of. And on top of that, other things where they said, gee, we were expanding pretty quickly. So finance, what are we going to do in the future? So instead of borrowing money, which they had borrowed heavily in order to grow earlier, they said, we'll self-finance in the future. That will keep our expenditures down, the amount of money we send to the banks every month.
And when we see that all the time when we look across the world, for example, we talk about the idea that it was probably a no-brainer 10 or 15 years ago to outsource your manufacturing to China and then bring the goods back to the US. But conditions have changed and the circumstances have changed and costs are rising dramatically in China, and maybe that's not the same decision you make today. So this whole idea of context, whether you're a big business, whether you're a small business, retail, or international trade, that's really critical in any business decision making.
And we're going to talk more about context over the next 3 days as we delve even deeper into the book, which is Big Picture Economics. Ron, Joel, thank you for joining us today. We're going to take a short break, and tomorrow we'll be back with the third part of our interview with Joel and Ron. And in the meantime, if you're interested in our latest schedule of upcoming Think Global webcasts, you can subscribe to us with any of the links below and bookmark this page. All of our previous episodes can be found online at thinkglobal.com/webcast. Thanks for watching.